It begins on a world that should have died. A world of red skies, crystal towers, and crumbling destiny. Krypton. In our history, Kal-El was sent away. A rocket carried him across the stars. He landed on Earth. He grew beneath a yellow sun, and he became Superman. But what if that rocket never left? What if Kal-El grew not as an alien on Earth, but as a child of Krypton? Under the red sun, his body would not change. No strength beyond normal. No flight. No invulnerability. He would be just another Kryptonian child. But here's the difference. On Krypton, normal was never weak. Kryptonians were not a primitive people. They were the peak of science, culture, and knowledge. A society where children studied cosmic engineering as humans learn alphabets. Where art was carved into crystal and memory. Where entire cities floated in the skies. Kal-El would not be a farm boy. He would not learn kindness from Jonathan Kent or love from Martha. He would be raised in a house of El, a family line of scientists, philosophers, and leaders. His father, Jor-El, would teach him about duty. His mother, Lara, about survival. And from birth, Kal would know he was born into a dying world. Krypton was not paradise. Beneath its brilliance lay arrogance. People who ignored warnings. A council that refused to change. Kal-El's childhood would not be filled with wonder. It would be filled with debates of fate and doom. He would hear Jor-El speak of a planet core collapsing, of leaders too blind to act. He would grow not with hope, but with the burden of destiny pressing on his young shoulders. And unlike Earth, Krypton had no legends of caped heroes. No myths of men who could rise above gods. On Krypton, there was only order, only law, only survival. So who would Kal-El become in such a world? Without Earth's compassion shaping him, without humanity's love teaching him mercy, would he still be the Superman we know? Or would he be something colder? A scientist? A warrior? A prince of a crumbling empire? The boy who could have been Earth's greatest hope would instead grow as Krypton's last heir. Not a symbol of justice, but perhaps a weapon of inevitability. The boy becomes a man, and Krypton, still proud, still blind, marches toward doom. Kal-El grows into the image of his father, Jor-El. He studies at the highest academies. He learns the secrets of genetic codices, the formulas that shaped Kryptonian destiny. He learns the cold laws of the Council, where debate is endless and action is forbidden. But unlike his father, Kal is not bound by patience. Where Jor-El warns, Kal acts. Where the Council dismisses danger, Kal feels the weight of it. From childhood, he heard whispers of collapse. Now, as a young man, he sees it in the trembling ground, in the quiet fear of the people, in the silence of stars that should not be silent. Krypton gave him knowledge, but knowledge without power. Here, under a red sun, he cannot lift mountains or outrun sound. He is only Kryptonian, but Kryptonian is enough. Their bodies are stronger than humans, their minds sharper, and Kal's training pushes him beyond. He learns combat in the War Guild, clashing with armored warriors in zero-gravity arenas. He learns science in the House of El's laboratories, crafting machines that rewrite molecules, weapons that bend light itself. By his early years, Kal-El is not a farmer's son. He is both a soldier and a genius. A balance of blade and brain. A man born for survival. But here's the truth. Krypton is not a world that rewards compassion. People see emotion as weakness. And so Kal learns to bury mercy. To show resolve instead of kindness. He becomes admired, feared, and quietly isolated. Because while others look away from the truth, Kal stares straight at it. He sees the planet's core breaking apart. He sees the Council dismissing it. And he asks a dangerous question. If Krypton cannot save itself, should I? Imagine it. A young man with the mind of Jor-El, the spirit of rebellion, and the will to act. Kal-El begins secret projects. Hidden experiments. He does what his father only dreamed of. Not just warning Krypton, but preparing to control it. And here's where the story twists. On Earth, Clark Kent would learn humility. On Krypton, Kal-El learns superiority. He does not see himself as equal to others. He sees himself as the one who might carry Krypton into survival. A leader not chosen by the council, but chosen by necessity. And still the clock ticks. The ground shakes. The red sun burns dim. The world is dying. And Kal-El, no longer a boy, must decide what role he will play. Will he stand with his father as Krypton collapses? Will he watch his people fade into extinction? Or will he rise above them all and seize control to become not Krypton's last son, but Krypton's first tyrant? Because without Earth to soften him, without humanity to inspire him, the boy called Kal-El is becoming something far darker. Not a symbol of hope, but a ruler forged in desperation. The end begins with silence. No warning sirens. No cries from the people. Only the deep rumble beneath Krypton's crust. The sound of a planet tearing itself apart. Kal-El stands in the House of El, staring at monitors filled with seismic waves. It is no longer theory. No longer prediction. The planet is breaking. And the Council of Krypton still does nothing. They argue in their crystal halls. They cling to tradition. They whisper of faith in the red sun. But Kal knows better. He has seen the fractures in the earth. He has seen the cities collapse. He knows there is no time left. This is the moment, the choice, the line that will shape everything. On Earth, Kal-El was sent away. Here he stays. Here he does not run. Here he takes command. He unleashes the projects he had hidden for years. Vast ships rise from hidden hangars. Weapons awaken. Machines built not for research but for war, for survival. The people of Krypton see him as a savior. Others see him as a usurper. But Kal does not care. He rallies soldiers. He commands scientists. And slowly, for the first time in centuries, Krypton listens not to the Council, but to Kal-El. Yet even as he fights to save them, the truth cannot be escaped. Krypton is too far gone. His core is collapsing faster than his ships can launch. Entire cities vanish into fire. The skies split. The world cries out. And Kal-El must face the greatest tragedy of all. He cannot save them. Not all. Not even most. He can only save fragments. A handful of ships. A few thousand people. A broken remnant of a once great world. He stands among the flames of his dying home, the red sun burning over him. And in that moment, something inside him shatters. Hope is gone. Compassion fades. Only survival remains. Kal-El leads the survivors into space. A fleet of Kryptonian exiles, drifting toward new stars. But he is no longer just a son. No longer just a scientist. He is now their leader, their ruler, their warlord. And in his heart one thought burns. If Krypton could not survive, then I will build a new Krypton. One that will never fall. One that will conquer worlds, not beg them. This is not the Superman we know. Not the hero in blue and red. This is a man shaped by loss, driven by survival, forged by tragedy. Kal-El never becomes the protector of Earth. He becomes the builder of an empire. Not the last son of Krypton, but the first emperor of Krypton reborn. And so we end with a chilling truth. Superman never landed in Kansas. He never learned kindness in Smallville. He never became a symbol of hope. Instead, he remained on Krypton. And from the ashes of his dead world, he carried not light, but shadow. So ask yourself, what is more terrifying? A God raised to protect humanity? Or a God who never learned to love it? This is the story of what could have been. The story of a Superman who never was. And if you want more stories like this, make sure you subscribe. Because every what if hides a darker truth waiting to be told.